Hey, what's up? What's up? I asked a question today on Facebook, and it's interesting because as a business advisor, someone who's been coaching, and if not coaching, then in a business advisory, CEO, entrepreneurial capacity for over 28 years, the one thing that I can tell you is that I have watched people fail in getting their return on investment. And it's interesting to watch what and who they blame rather than looking inward and searching out their behaviors. So I'm actually going to find this little post that I did because the question on the post is what I want to talk about. And I would love to get your input on it. And yeah, I'm not at the light board tonight. I'm sitting here having a conversation with you. So there's two prospects. And by the way, I got on my glasses and I can read your comments. So if you want to drop comments as well, I can read your comments tonight. So here's the question. Here's the question for you. I want you to think about it. So there are two prospects. Prospect one, let's call her Gina. Gina says, "My issue is sales. I have money to invest in your signature program. When can we start?" Okay. The other person also has money to invest, but they say, this is prospect two, and we're going to call prospect two. First one we call Gina. So the second we're going to call Amy. So Amy says, "My sales declined last year. I'm not exactly sure why. Can we talk?" Now, both of them have money to invest. I don't want to make it seem like, one has money to invest and one doesn't. They both have money to invest, right? However, here's the question. Which of those two prospects, Gina or Angie, is going to get faster and better results when they enroll into a coaching or consulting program? And by the way, you can replace sales with whatever your area of expertise is. So I'm going to go over these one more time. The first one is Gina. And Gina says, "My issue is sales. Like, this is what my problem is. My issue is sales. Like, I don't have good sales skills. I have money to invest in your signature program, and I just want to know when we can start." So she's very much directive. She knows which way she wants to go. So I'm going to write that down in the comment here so you can see it, P1. My issue, actually, I'll just put the link. That'll make everybody's life way easier. So I'm going to copy the link to this, and then you can go see the post so you'll see what I'm talking about. And we'll see if this actually shows up because I don't know if it will. I wonder if that only shows. I don't know if you guys actually can see those links. I don't think you can. So Gina says, "My issue is sales. I have money to invest in your signature program. When can we start?" The other person, Amy, says, "I have money to invest in your program as well. My sales declined in the past year. I'm not sure exactly why. Can we talk?" All right. So I'm going to talk about these two and why one of them is going to get much better results than the other. And by the way, there is a significant difference in these two people. Before I go on, my name is Donna St. Louis. I am co-founder of Fire Savvy along with my partner, Chanel Evans, who is a total badass. And listen, you had the testicular fortitude and ovarian audacity to take the leap into entrepreneurship. You had the courage to basically become unemployable, because the longer you're an entrepreneur, the more unemployable you are. And we believe that anyone with that kind of courage deserves financial freedom from corporate colonization. And so we're here to make sure that you get that freedom. We are Fire Savvy. We are a business advisory company, and we use one-to-one coaching, sales academies, strong communities, ongoing accountability, and even co-working sessions to help you attract more high-ticket clients and enroll them faster using our 6-figure sales and instant client attraction framework. That's what we do. That's who we are. All right. So let's talk about this real quick. And let's see. I got, just like, you can't post. I'm like, whatever. So Restream hates me tonight. Hey, what's up? What's up? I see you online. So I have a few people coming in. And okay, somebody asked me if I will repeat the issue. All right. One more time. I'm not going to say it a fifth time because y'all going to get on my nerves. I'm going to get on your nerves. Person one, her name is Gina. Gina comes to you and she says, "My issue is," and I'm using sales, but it could be whatever your area of expertise is that she thinks you can help her with. So my issue is, let's say sales. It could be they coming to you for marketing. It could be branding. It could be messaging. It doesn't matter. My issue is X. I have dollars to invest into your signature program. When can we start? The other person says, my sales declined last year. I'm not exactly sure why. Can we talk? So when I look at the comments, this is what I hear. So first up, somebody said, well, number one, Gina understands its commitment, will take time, and is willing to invest in themselves. Number two is hoping a quick combo will clear it up and they won't invest in a long process. That's her opinion. That's what she says. Somebody else said, the first person is open in his research. She's ready to do the work. Somebody else said, number two is trying to pick my brain for free. But then she said, oh, wait, they're not trying to pick your brain for free. They're actually looking for a problem solved. So she said number two is going to get better results. Let's see. Deanna says straight up, she goes, number two, they're open to not having the answer and truly want to understand the root of the issue. If you help them uncover that, they will be all in because you'll help them see and execute something they couldn't go get on their own. And then she put, ask me how I know. I love her. Denitra said number two for sure. I've worked with P1 and they feel it's the magic trick. Usually they are wrong about the core problem and are not willing to do work outside of that. Monica said number two, they have data and diagnosed the preliminary problem. They also have identified their own possible desires. A former teacher, the data analysis matters. Bree said two, Seth said two. And here's the thing. If you said number two, you're absolutely right. Number one, Gina, who said, my issue is sales. I have money to invest in your program. When can we start? Most people would say that is my dream client. They came here, they know what their problem is, and they know what they want. And that sounds great. And this is the gotcha that gets us as coaches, because I've seen online where people are like literally bashing coaches all over the place going, I was in this program, they took my money and da-da-da-da. And then if you keep reading, you got to read between the lines, because this is where the bullshit actually starts coming in. You got to read between the lines. And they're like, I told them I needed this and it didn't work out. Because I told them I needed sales help. I told them my messaging was broken and all the messaging help they gave me and I still didn't get X, Y, and Z. I told them I needed sales help and all the sales skills they gave me and I still wasn't successful. I told them, well, the first freaking problem is that you think you're qualified to diagnose what the damn issue is. You can only identify what negative results you're getting that you want to correct. You then have to go to a professional. So this is what I see people do, and they do it absolutely wrong. They go, I have a problem with sales. And then they go, it must be my marketing. It must be my messaging. It must be. You don't know. You know why you don't know? Because you're inside the pickle jar and you can't read the damn label. You need someone on the outside that goes, that's not quite what it is. Or it is your messaging and your offers are busted and your audience is shit. And so we can fix your messaging, but we got to fix everything else. So when I see people go online and they start talking shit about coaches, and then what really pisses me off when I get other coaches, this person went into this other person's program and they got into that program, they got 0 results, but then they got into my program. You have no idea what the mindset was of that person in the other program. Stop bashing other coaches to make yourself look good. And as a client, stop going into coaching programs being directive. I'm going to say that one more time. If you want to get the highest return on investment, stop going into coaching programs being directive. Allow the coach. So I'm going to pick on Deanna a little bit. Deanna got amazing results this year, right? She did. She definitely got amazing results this year. But one of the jokes that I teased her about, I said, at some point, you're going to actually let me coach you and you're going to stop coming on calls and telling me what to do, right? And it was like this ongoing joke. And then it was just like, oh, wait, what am I missing out because I'm being so directive? It is the exact same as going to a doctor and saying, oh, my elbow, oh my God, I need a Valium. I know what I need. I need a Valium. Like, we have become WebMD of our damn business. We've gone and Googled some shit and we have come out and said, I think I have rickets, so I need a Valium. And the doctor is like, babe, you got a boo-boo. You need a Band-Aid, right? What's up, Deanna? That's my girl. Deanna got amazing results, and the reason she's saying facts is because she was just like, yeah, no, at the beginning she was a little directive, and then she was like, that's why she wrote that comment, like, ask me how I know. And for real, if you ask her how you know, she'll tell anybody right now. What you need to do is go in, let a business advisor, because there's a difference between a coach and a business advisor, right? A coach is generally going to coach you in a very educational way in a particular area. A business advisor is going to advise you within a specific area of expertise and guide you. And then they might have coaching, like we have business advisory, so we know your business. A coach is like, listen, I'm going to teach you how to use this cell phone. And they're going to do that regardless of your business. A business advisor is going to go and say, I don't know if this is the right cell phone for you based on what you want to do, but we will go find you the right cell phone and then we will coach you on how to use it. That's the difference between the two. And you got to understand that difference. And so what happens is a lot of times I'm watching clients, like I've had people come to me straight up and go, yeah, my problem is messaging. And what I want to do is I want to figure out exactly how I can work with you. And what I don't want is I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that and I don't want to do the other. I'm like, okay, well, I'm probably not the program for you. Because I already have packages and those packages work for a multitude of my clients and those clients are very successful. But if you're trying to direct me on how to run my business, then it's probably not a good fit. Hey, what's up, JL? How are you doing? And so I really want you to think about that. So when you have those two types of clients, prospects walking in, so I'm going to talk about this from both perspectives. If you have a client that's walking in and they're being directive, my problem is sales. And see, what happens is we as coaches, we hear, oh, I'm an expert in sales and they have the money to pay for my program and they're ready to get started. So they've said all three of those things. So we're going, boom, dream client, let's go work with them. And then you go and you coach them in your area of expertise and they don't get the results. And you're like, I don't know what happened. That's because you allowed the client to come in and direct which way you should go. And you didn't do your job and pull back and go, well, wait a minute. Let's validate that you really do have a sales issue. Because that's why we have guarantees. We have guarantees on ours where you're going to double your money back because at the end of the day, we need to validate that what you think is the issue is the actual issue. And it's funny because I had two conversations in one day. I had a conversation with someone who was just like P1, someone who said, my issue is sales. I'm doing good, JL. My issue is sales. I have this problem and this is what you're going to do. And I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to work together. And she was like trying to direct my business. And I'm like, she's not going to get the results. I literally told her, I said, if that's your problem, I can fix it in about 5 minutes and you don't even have to, there's no need of this going forward. But then that same day, I had another lady who got on the phone with me. She's running an amazing HR company. And she said, for some reason, my sales declined 15% in the past year. She goes, 25% in the past year. However, I had 110% better year. She goes, and I said, okay, so it's about a 15% decline. She goes, yeah. And I'm like, okay, let's take a look at these 6 areas so we can define specifically where the issue is and what you can do. It's way more prescriptive when I can take a complete look at your business. And what was so cool is when I was sitting there and I started asking her questions, within an hour, we were able to identify the holes. And it was so funny because at the end of the conversation, she's like, I thought I had a messaging problem. I'm like, you don't have a messaging problem. That's not what you have. So imagine what she was going to do. She was going to go down this rabbit hole and she was going to work on fixing her messaging because she thought that's what her problem was. Her messaging was not broken. So here's the thing. Let's say you got 4 wheels, right? And you're like, and 2 of these wheels aren't working. But you don't think it's these 2 wheels. So you go and fix this 3rd wheel over here. Right? I'm gonna pick this one. So now you fix this wheel where your fixing actually breaks it. So now you got 3 wheels broken and only 1 that's working. And that's because you went and you decided to diagnose the problem instead of getting a diagnostician like us, quite honestly, because that's what we do. We diagnose problems better than anyone out there because we have so much experience with so many industries that we can literally go, boom, there's your issue. And I'm going to give you a really good example of a client who, and it's Deani Winter Fun Day. So if you get a chance to look her up, she's an amazing human being. She's also an amazing client. And I'm going to give you the example of someone who walks in and says, this is where I am. And then literally Deani goes like this. I don't know what I'm doing. Help me out. And she will ask every question. So if I go, you know what, Deani, I think it's this. She'll say, okay, why? Like, not why in like a challenging way, like, why? How dare you tell me that? She goes, no. So why? Why do you think that? Okay, so how do I handle that? So what do I do? Okay, what else do you see? And then she'll say, if it's this, what are some of the downstream and upstream effects? So how can we look at what's next? Okay, let's talk about what I can bite off right now, what kind of results I'm going to get, and how soon, and then what we're going to do next. But what she does not do is come in and go, I have this problem. She doesn't do that. She comes in and she goes, and as a result, literally in the past year, she's done, I think she'll let me say it. I hope so. She'll tag me if I can. In the past year, she did like 1.3, I forgot. I think she said 1.375 million in her business in 2023. Whereas the year before that, I think she had done maybe 200,000. But what changed? Well, I can tell you right now, Deani is a leaper. She will invest in herself, but then she will say, this is what I absolutely love about her. I came to you because you're the expert, not me. I know, I said it now. So, I mean, she'll just have to cuss me out later, but I said it. So the thing is that she comes in and she goes, you're the expert, so tell me what to do. So when you go back and you look at that post that I put on my page, take a look at it. And I really want you to think about this because you can have, it'll look like a dream client, but they're in wolf's clothing. And you'll be like, oh yeah, they know what their issue is. That's my favorite when I hear that. They're like, they know what their issue is. They know they got a sales problem. I cannot tell you how many people they tell me they have a sales problem. And I'm like, you do not have a sales problem. You have an offer problem, you have an audience problem, and you have a leads problem. You actually know how to sell. Or you don't know how to sell, and I can teach you how to sell, but you still have an offer problem and an audience problem and a leads problem. So I can teach you all the sales in the world. But if you don't have something to sell and some people to sell it to, it doesn't really matter. Right? And so that's the thing I want you all to start thinking about in regards to when you're looking at clients, right? And also have a skeptical ear, because I cannot tell you how many of these posts that I read from other coaches that like, this person came in my program and they were in this other program and it was so busted. And now they came in my program and they are crushing it. I'm like, you don't even know were you in that other program? The person you're coaching today might not even be the person that was in that other program. Because I've seen people in programs where somebody's thriving and they're sucking. And the reason they're sucking is because their mindset is all up in the way. And I hear them saying, well, I'm not going to do that. I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. And I'm like, well, that's why your ass ain't going to make no money. That's why you're struggling. That's why you're having a hard time. So make sure you're listening closely to what people are saying. Be very careful. The person who's coming to you and they really want to lean into your expertise, let them. And here's the thing, Lord, let me say this. If your area of expertise is not sales, or your area of expertise is not messaging, then stop. Just say, you know what, that's not my jam, but I know somebody who it is. And if you're worried, well, Don, if I do that, I'm going to lose the money, then create partnerships. Collaborate with them. And if you don't know how to collaborate, hit up Deanna, drop your link, babe. Hit up Deanna on Success Tribe. Like literally, hit up Deanna on Success Tribe and go in there. She will show you how to partner and collaborate and do all the things that you need to do. I see too many people step so far outside of their zone of genius because they're so willing to bastardize their expertise for $1. Stop. You want to make a shit ton of money? Stay within your zone. Stay within your zone. Partner with people. I know people that can't teach sales at all. And now that we've opened the Sales Academy and I give major discounts to people who want to do that, yes, collaborating. JL, you need to connect with Deanna Jean. Success Tribe is fire. The collaboration there is amazing. Like if you're not in it, get in it for real. And if you can't, if worst case scenario, just connect with me. Like send me a DM and I'll introduce you to Deanna. Success Tribe is amazing group. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share with y'all. I really just thought it was interesting when I was reading some of the answers, and I had people that reached out to me and they were like, I would have, thanks, Deanna dropped it, thesuccesstribe.com. So yeah, check out thesuccesstribe.com. It's really badass. All right, last thing. And Deanna, do me a favor because you love me so much. Can you do me a favor and type salessuperstar.net/academy? So thank you. I love you. So anyway, in closing, we have the Sales Academy. It's starting on the February 22nd. It's salessuperstar.net/academy. Salessuperstar.net. That sounds right. Salessuperstar.net Academy. And included in that Salessuperstar.net Academy is a 21-day sales challenge because we are not letting you walk away without making a whole bunch of money. It is, quite honestly, if I must say so myself, it is one of the, oh, hey, Chanel. Deanna was on earlier. So Chanel is my partner in crime. Anyway, salessuperstar.net and salessuperstar.net/academy is the only 6-week hands-on sales academy that gives you the power to effortlessly enroll more high-ticket clients, even if you don't love sales. It is truly made for people who are experts, but they're not sales pros. And you recognize that in order to have a thriving business, you can't just live on referrals. You actually need to sell. Because here's the thing, referrals run out. I don't care what anybody tell you. If you live in on referrals alone, I already know how much you make, right? So the salessuperstar.net Academy, it's going to kick off February 22nd. If you join early, you get a whole bunch of benefits. We literally just popped open the landing page tonight. And I'm actually saying the landing page, and I don't even know if we completely tested it, but that's how I roll. So anyway, join that. And I would invite you to the Unmastermind, but I think it's sold out. And that's January 28th to February 1st in Orlando. It is our live in-person event. The only tickets we have left are general admission tickets. And I think those are $1,750. So if you want to really kick off your 2024, the only thing we have left are a few general admission tickets. All our VIP tickets are gone. They were the first to go. So anyway, that's all I got. If you want to know more about that, you can just go to theunmastermind.net and you can learn everything that you need to know about the Unmastermind. Anyway, that's all I have for you. I hope you have an amazing night. And yeah, just make sure you're checking out what type of client you're working with. Have a good one.